Hello, hi there Capricorns, welcome to your love reading for December 2021. My name is Bella, and if you're watching me for the first time, welcome to my channel. Anything you need to know about me and my services are just down below. And I don't like to waste any time. I'm a psychic, so I intuit the messages that I get from my spirit guides. And also I will be pulling some cards just to give some extra confirmation and some extra messages that spirit might want to give for you as well. So yours came to me quite clearly regards to somebody romantically who has you on their mind heavily. But the problem, I have a few problems with this person, because the message is, are they going to be too late? That's the theme that I'm getting with them. Because right now, they are, when I tell you this person is stubborn and really covers and holds their feelings, they wear a mask, they are showing you nothing. There is tumbleweed. They appear so cold, and they overthink and they overthink and they overthink. But it's just an exterior, because inside of them, what I'm seeing is that they, in particular, they're very logical as well. Like for me, they feel like they're a Taurus or an Aries or something like that. Don't let the signs, be an indication, but that's their kind of energy a little bit. And it's like they're pondering and really thinking about an offer that you made them. It's like they're saying, here, I know this person offered their love and their care and their support and their heart. They offered a relationship with me, one that I really want and one that I can see having with this person. They are a good match for me. And they've even thought about what it would look like to build upon that. And they can see that it would be solid. Like for me and for you, none of that, all of that means yes, take it. Take the opportunity, because of course that means it's going to manifest into something solid. If you're having these very logical, overthinking thoughts about it, thinking really, really, really hard. But the trouble is, your person has a problem, because they can see all that, and then it's like they have another voice that then comes in and says, yeah, but in the end it always messes up. So it might look good, but you don't deserve it, or it will just go, will go to shit in the end, basically. And so what they end up doing is they end up dismissing it. Like my guides are giving me like a description of somebody who just spills milk over all the time. In fact, I gave this analogy to somebody else the other day, where I was saying it's like you've been offered a glass of champagne that's been sitting in the cellar for 200 years. It's been brought out as a celebration, and you've been given this glass of champagne, only for you to then spill it on the floor on purpose. This is what this person's energy is. They know. They've thought about it logically. They want it. They can see the security, but yet they sabotage themselves and their energy. Like, what the F, basically, is the energy that I'm getting from them. And the thing is, I feel like with you, you've either done this dance with them for a little bit of time, or there's been some silence for a bit of time, and you now, as you come to the end of the year and the new year is approaching, you're strongly considering laying that all to rest. Like I literally am being shown like you putting a flower on a coffin. Like you're like saying goodbye to this person emotionally and mentally, because you can't wait for them to decide or to see your worth or to see what they have, because it's causing you discomfort and pain and frustration when you could be moving on. All very logical, and so you should be. My guide's saying not only are they sabotaging in the pouring of the champagne example I just gave you, but they're also quite, for some, maybe all of them, but for some people, they have a way of sabotaging in a way where they will indulge in things that distract them. So this would be other people, this will be drinking or smoking or gambling or something like that. They do something that's slightly, not heavy, but slightly destructive. Like, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm enjoying my single life, I can do this, this and this. And if I just do all that kind of stuff and kind of take myself away from thinking about you, and have this imaginary life, for some people this will be ego, maybe they've got a fancy car and they're focused on their job or their friends. It's unhealthy. And actually, it's all about this mask wearing still. Hiding the real inner truth Like if they were to suddenly reveal their vulnerabilities, they'd burst into flames or something, and it's ridiculous. However, they are thinking heavily about this logical situation. It's like a seesaw. One minute they're thinking about it really heavily, next they're not. There is energy in this month, and it might have something to do with the Venus retrograde that we have on the 19th, which seems to make them settle on the right way of thinking, which is, I should communicate, I should reach out, I do want this. So there will be a shift in this month, is what's been indicated, or at least it's coming, where there is big communication coming from this person. Because in a way, they have to make it big in order to, you know, because you're at this point, if not, you would have already turned your back on this person, then actually they've got to make it big in order to revive themselves. You know, think about the analogy I just gave where you put them to rest. They've got to revive it. They've got to bring it back to life. So it has to be big communication. And also it has to be big commitment. Because again, I feel for you guys, you're like, well, what's changed? Thank you for the communication, but what has changed? Are you offering me commitment? And the answer to that from Spirit is yes, they are going to be offering you commitment, and quite big commitment. So this is somebody who wants to make you official, or, you know, if you've not moved in together, you will be. If you're not engaged, you will be. If you're not married yet, you will be. It's a level up, if that makes sense. And actually, this person sees you as a happy ever after. They've got to be brave enough to stop doing the sabotaging energy. They've got to do that. So in this month, they will come forward and offer you this offering. They will offer you this commitment, this grand gesture of commitment. And it will be up to you about whether you decide whether that is good enough for you or not. So on that note, I'm going to just have a look at what other messages Spirit wants to say about this person. Again, you've got the revival card. This is a double confirmation from Spirit. Judgment, something rising from the dead. They want to revive this union with you. If anything, they're having, you know, you see that angel there? They're having a divine epiphany. It's like their own guardian angels or their own higher self are going, wake up, do something about it. Otherwise, it's going to be lost. And I have to say, it's going to be your choice because you have buried them, in your mind and in your heart. It will be up to you about whether you can revive them. What I like about the Judgment card overall is when I see this, because there are loads of cards that actually indicate, reconnection, renewal. But I like this one because it's a renewal, but with difference, with better. So when that person, like I said, communicates and they have a bigger, offering for you, it's because you're going into a new relationship with them that is better. If that's helpful for anybody who wants to make a decision. That's what this card represents. It represents that it is better. Let's see what else. I'm going to pull the next card. Again, you've got the Page of Pentacles here. You've got somebody making an offer again. 2 cards making an offer. This is about somebody. And also, it feels like they're growing. Do you see how they're bigger than you? You're the little person there. Not literally, but do you know what I mean? They've grown a bit. So what they're offering you, and because they are bigger than you, what they're offering you also, again, is a big offer. It's not a little thing. It's not something tiny. They're offering you something big. Sorry, that's my dog you can hear. Sorry, you're always going to hear one of my dogs doing something. So there you go. You've got this person coming towards you, making a grand offer, offering you something big. So big. See that coin? It's so heavy. Do you think you can carry it? Or can you take what they've got to offer you? It's what the cards are indicating. So let's do one more from the top. You don't trust them necessarily. I do get an indication because nobody changes completely 100% overnight. Will there be some work to do in terms of you trusting them also making sure that they stay on top of themselves to change their ways? Yes. But I think if any of you are going to say no to this person, it will be because you don't necessarily trust them. And actually, I wasn't going to pull another card, but because that one's intriguing, I want to. But again, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. Aces represent new beginnings. And again, you've got, this can be, work related, but because this is love, we've got somebody again making an offer. Now, this card deck is slightly different from others because there's 2 offerings in this. Normally, you don't see the offering, it's behind the fence. but you've got this grand gesture again, this generosity, this offering of commitment. But you see they've got the beetle in the hand. For me, that represents somebody again who wants to offer quite serious commitment, marriage, engagement. For me, it's almost like an engagement ring type energy. So take that as you will. The only negative that I'm seeing so far is their mask wearing, them having to work through that, the possibility that they could be too late, and also that you would need to decide if you can trust them or not. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go into the extended reading, which you can find if you just look down in the links just down below. You'll see the link to the extended, as well as all my other services, including my book, 100 Days of Psychic Exercises, if you want to explore your own extrasensory abilities. In the extended, we're going to have a look at, can you trust them long term? Is it going to stick? You know, is your intuition about can I trust them going to be it? Is it just that they're going to offer this commitment and then backtrack, you know, a couple of months later? We're going to have a look at that in the extended. And if you want to see that, again, the links are just down below. And thank you for looking and watching this video. Take care.